Want to get into AEW but don't know where to start?
Here is everything that you need to know about All Elite Wrestling. Go!
Let's start at the beginning, shall we?
Yeah.
In 2019, Tony Khan and a group of elites called, well, the Elite, founded All Elite Wrestling, a fan-first company designed to disrupt the pro wrestling industry by compiling the greatest wrestlers from around the world and focusing on supreme athletics, captivating personalities, and the best pro wrestling on the planet.
And there are so many ways to watch. With 2 weekly shows, Dynamite and Collision, airing on TBS, TNT, and HBO MAX, international events in Canada, Mexico, Australia, and the UK, and big pay-per-views throughout the year, including Forbidden Door, which sees AEW collaborate with CMLL, New Japan, and Stardom for inter-promotional warfare. And our biggest event, All In, which set the European pro wrestling attendance record, packing over 80,000 people in Wembley Stadium, where we return this August.
We also have 2 annual tournaments. The winter has the Continental Classic, a 2-block round-robin tournament where the winner holds and defends the Continental Championship. And the summer sees the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament, a single-elimination tournament for the men and women where the winners get a shot at the World Championships.
The AEW Championship is the pinnacle prize in AEW, and the lineage of champions have made a name for themselves as the greats of this sport. For 9 long months, that World Championship was held hostage in a briefcase by Jon Moxley after retiring the great Bryan Danielson. Mox and his Death Riders terrorized the entire company until he was defeated by Hangman Adam Page in a now iconic Texas death match.
His heroic reign was ended in shocking fashion by Samoa Joe inside a bloody steel cage. Then Joe was defeated in very clever fashion by a man nobody wants to see as champion, MJF.
This is MJF's second world title reign, and he's known to be, well, a scumbag. Cocky, obnoxious, offensive, but very hard to stop once gold is in his hands.
That won't stop everybody from trying. Samoa Joe, Brody King, the returning Andrade El Idolo, the legendary Kenny Omega, and a newly vicious Swerve have all been on the hunt for MJF and that damn world title. Hangman has earned himself a shot at Revolution, but has promised to never challenge for the title again if he loses.
And if you thought that was nuts, there is nothing like the women of AEW. Our Women's World Championship was historically held by 4-time champion Timeless Toni Storm, who had a cinematic reign, including handing Mercedes Moné her first loss.
But the Timeless one was bested by the Cosmic Killer Chris Statlander, who went on a tear, defeating Toni, Mercedes, Jamie Hayter, and then the unpredictable Tekla, who then goaded Stat into a strap match, and she became our new champion in a bloody and brutal affair.
Luckily, Big Stat Daddy has some golden friends to back her up. Our first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Champions are the Babes of Wrath, comprised of the multi-talented Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, who is also our TBS champion.
Now, Willow and Stat go way back and had a huge falling out when Willow lost the TBS title to Mercedes Moné. A bloody feud and years-long estrangement led to both women on a search to discover themselves. Stat befriended Harley, won the title, and rejected the Death Riders, while suggesting Harley team with Willow. Once the Babes won the tag titles and Willow ended the 584-day TBS title reign of Mercedes, Willow and Stat reunited and now have each other's backs.
Mercedes was not only the longest reigning TBS champion, but also held a record-making 13 titles from different companies all at once. But after Mercedes' TBS title reign ended, she crashed out, got a cake in her face, and promised when she returns, she's taking more than just titles.
The Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada was our longest reigning Continental champion while also holding the International Championship, making him the inaugural Unified Champion. It's a lot of gold.
A lot.
Okada did it all under the guidance of one Don Callis, whose family of large, angry men has only increased in size and power. But tensions have been brewing over who is Don's favorite son, between Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Takeshita. That is until Jon Moxley outlasted them all in the Continental Classic and beat Okada to become the Continental Champion.
So you guys remember that Jon Moxley, the guy that was terrorizing everybody? Well, after a series of big losses, he had to prove himself by himself, and now has unbelievably earned the respect of our fans, even if everybody else still hates the rest of the Death Riders.
Now Mox is defending his crown against anybody who asks. He wrestled Takeshita to a time limit draw at Grand Slam Australia, and now will face him at Revolution with no time limit.
And if you want a dose of tag team wrestling, there is nobody better than FTR. Managed by the dubious Big Stoke, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, they are the current and three-time AEW Men's Tag Team Champions. Employing classic, old-school techniques, they've managed to outlast the Young Bucks, Brodito, the Bang Bang Gang, and Jet Speed. But karma may one day be a bitch for injuring Adam Copeland's wife, Beth.
Ricochet is our national champion, defending that title outside of AEW, and our TNT champion is, once again, the proto-star, Kyle Fletcher.
But if you don't want to wait and you want to dive into AEW, here are some of the best matches that you can watch in full on HBO Max.
Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega in an unsanctioned match.
Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson from All In London.
Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale from Double or Nothing.
Sting and Darby Allin versus Swerve and Christian Cage in a coffin match.
Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in an unsanctioned Lights Out match.
FTR versus the Young Bucks for the first time ever.
Hangman versus Swerve from Wrestle Dream.
Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada from World's End.
Megan Bayne and the Triangle of Madness versus Queen Aminata, Chris Statlander, and the Babes of Wrath.
Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson from Grand Slam.
Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander from Full Gear.
But no matter who you watch or what you watch, AEW promises the best professional wrestling in the world.
All right, now you're all caught up. Go, go.
Go!